right, Leo, welcome to your tarot and oracle reading for November. God's Spirit Universe, please bring truth, clarity, and wisdom to this reading for the Leo family and help Leo find their highest and most blessed timeline. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Leo, you have an interesting month ahead. You start with Four of Cups, which is grounding your emotions, basically. You know, the fours are really grounded energy. It's finding your equilibrium, and with the cups, this is your emotions. So the need perhaps to heal from the past, the need to heal from something that you've gone through. You know, it feels like you've changed. You found yourself in a for some of you alone. Okay, we're just going to say that. For some of you, it feels like you found yourself alone and needing to find your own way. That's what I'm just getting. All right. For others, though, it just feels like change happened, like big change happened, and you just have to process it. You have to find your place at this time. Whether the change was your choice or not doesn't matter. It was for your best. You have the Chariot after, right? The Chariot is an ascension and a graduation, and it takes you to a better place, a higher land, you know, but it requires focus. You know, you have the dark horse and the light horse, and the light horse wants to go home to spirit, and the dark horse wants to eat and make babies. And that's all they're interested in. Neither one of them is interested in whatever your intention may be, right? So you have to figure out how to rein things in, you know, rein in the peripheral energies and rein in your own energies to figure out how to move forward. You know, the Chariot can create a lot of momentum for you, but it feels like you're still processing. There's some processing that has to happen here. You've changed. You have the Death card in the center. And I feel like your October reading had a lot of this energy as well. A lot of energy of you are a different person than you were before. You know, and so this change is not happening overnight. Like, this is a process that you're probably comfortable with by now. That's what it feels like, you know, because you have two fours here, where what you're doing is you're grounding things in and you're solidifying them, right? But you have so with the Death card, though, I want to say it's change and transformation, right? And it's for a lot of you, it's a new life and a new way of being, you know. So it can be scary, but Spirit has your back. This is the goddess Nuit over your head, who is saying that this is divine timing, and this is orchestrated universally, and this is happening for you, not to you, and all those things, right? And I look at all the stars above both of these cards. This is like aligned astrologically, astronomically, like this is how the universe meant for things to go, you know. And again, you have the Phoenix here that says that you've changed, and this white butterfly. Your life is pure. Your life is better now. You are better now, you know. And then you have the Seven of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups also is that beautiful dove of peace. And there is more peace here. You know, there's definitely a lot more peace here. It feels like with the two fours, this is just, I'm just getting that like sigh of relief and a welcomed silence for some of you, you know, a breath, a breather, taking a breather. The Seven of Cups is making a wise choice as well, you know. So there is a choice to be made here. And I would say choose the choice that brings you more security. Four of Pentacles, right? Four of Pentacles is security. You can see that swan is safe where she is. She's guarded by a very solid rock frame, right? So she's protected. And the Seven of Cups is like, choose wisely, because it's like, pick your poison. Which one is detrimental to you? Which one is beneficial to you? And know that. Be discerning Like, this isn't time to play with your choices, beautiful Leo. And, the Four of Pentacles is a clue, right? And then you have the Queen of Swords, clarity. And also saying your words with honesty and authenticity. Like telling your truth, being your truth. And not shrinking for others anymore. I want to say, with the Queen of Swords, a lot of people may not like the Queen of Swords because they think that she's offensive with her words, or she's too curt, or she's not trying to please other people, and it feels like that's a message to you. Don't try to please other people. And you see how she has this big butterfly here, this just, again, you've changed. And now you are free to not have to try to please other people. That's really what I'm getting. So let's get some clarifiers for beautiful Leo for November. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify these cards for Leo. All right. I have good news for you, Leo. 2 more, please. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, Leo. So pause the video and make a wish, because this is a wish card and you never waste a wish. Okay. 9 of Cups. We'll get to that. But you have Temperance clarifying 4 of Cups. And Temperance is the energy of slow down, be at peace, be at ease, and know that you're in the process of alchemy, that things are happening behind the scenes and within, right? So it's not happening outside so much. This tiger is full of fire. This tiger is prowling, and it wants to pounce on its prey, but it can't. For multiple reasons. Number one, it's hard to pounce when you're that deep in the water, right? Water holds you back and slows things down. But it's also deep in its feels, because water is your emotional body and it is processing its feelings, and water douses fire. Temperance is like tempering steel. So you heat the steel up in the fire till it gets red hot, and then you plunge it into the fire until it cools off, and you do it again and again and again. And so that's what is happening with you. You are being tempered. You are being literally, the change that's taking place in you is like pulling up things that you're either passionate about, fiery about, need to forgive, like some tumultuous energies, right? And then finding forgiveness for yourself or other, finding peace, finding stillness again, like continually going through that process. And that's what's changing you, and that's what's purifying you and making you so much stronger, because that's what temperance does. Tempering steel makes it so much stronger, so much purer. So you are becoming a purer and more beautiful version of spirit. This 4 of Cups is super aligned. You can see the chakras all lit up. This is truly aligned, right? So this is like the energy of meditation. And when we meditate, we quiet ourselves and we find true stillness and our true center, right? As we go through these changes, I love this. This is really a beautiful, peaceful energy here. The Chariot is clarified with the 9 of Cups. That wish you made, that your wishes are coming true. You have wish fulfillment big time. The Chariot is like, it's like honing in your energies, focusing your energies, right? Just like with the 4 of Cups, staying centered, keeping your eyes on the prize. Don't let things distract you from what you truly wish for. Like you are working toward your wish, and you're creating momentum toward your wish. And the traditional Rider-Waite version of the Chariot card has a pyramid in it with two sphinxes, right? And it's like you are going to ascend to those pyramids, right? You're going to find your way to the top of the pyramids. And this wish card has a stairway to heaven behind it, ascension. Like you are ascending. This is an ascension. I love this. I love this. And then you have the 10 of Wands with the Death card. So the Death card, whatever is ending, whatever you're releasing, whatever you are healing from, whatever you're forgiving, whatever is changing and transforming you, right? Also, that temperance is a big part of this, was a heavy load, a heavy load to bear. 10 of Wands is a lot of weight on your back. And really, it's bearing your own cross. It's carrying your own cross, right? So you can finally put that down and lighten up, huge lighten up energy. And I want to say, I think it's Richard Hawkins who said he physically died and came back to life twice. And after the second time, he said, the promise of death lost its sting. And I feel that energy for you. The promise of death has lost its sting. Like you're not afraid anymore. You know there's nothing to fear but fear itself, right? There's nothing to fear but fear itself. You're going to put down those 10 wands, and you're so strong now because of carrying those burdens, doing all that work. You know, the wands is a lot of work too. That when you put that weight down, you're going to feel so much lighter. It's almost like anti-gravity energy. Whew. And it's just going to buoy you up, you know, and your life is going to be easier. It's going to be so much easier for you. You're holding a bow and arrow here to aim your arrow and release your bow. It's going to aim your bow and release your arrow. It's going to be so much easier for you to strike the bullseye, because the horse won't be riding you anymore like this, right? You'll be peace and center. And your arrow will strike its mark with ease. Just feels like life hasn't been that easy for you with the 10 of Wands, and it's just about to get real easy, you know? And then the Hermit clarifies the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups, again, making a choice. And really that choice has to do with what you love, right? Choosing what you choose to feel. Your emotional guidance system guiding you to your highest and most blessed timeline. And then you have the Hermit, which is standing at the top of a mountain, shining your light, getting perspective above the clouds. And that's what the Queen of Swords does. She has perspective from above the clouds. She's able to see clearly, right? So I really feel like you really see clearly now. You really understand what is important and what's not important, and what you truly value, what your heart's true desire is, and what is peripheral to all of it, and just extra, like you don't even value it, you know? So your choice, you will be very wise in making your choice. And also I want to say the Hermit, you know, is an alone energy. There's a sense of a period of time alone. And I felt that with the 4 of Cups, right? Peace and quiet like comes from aloneness too, right? Like the need for peace and quiet can take you to a place where there's less people or there's less activity. And I feel that your maturity, which is also Hermit energy, is making you desire that alone time. And that can cause you to like break off relationships or break off situations that are muddying the water, upsetting the surf here, you know, because this Hermit here has like this upset area as well, and you're finding peace, right? So it's like going away from the trauma and the drama for a lot of you. And then the Knight of Pentacles with the 4 of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the young Buddha. Siddhartha. And he is on this white tiger that no longer craves food, no longer goes after its prey, because it's wise, it's mature, and it knows what really matters now. It has a higher perspective that's aligned with the white horse of the chariot, really. Okay? And so it doesn't need to go after anything, because it knows that paradise and truth and spirit and heaven and all the things are within, you know? And Siddhartha knows that too. So he has torn pants, no shirt, bare feet, empty belly, and he's not worried about a thing. He doesn't feel the need to go after anything. He's going after it within. He's finding peace within. He's finding nourishment within, really. You know, he's not worried anymore about how where he's going to find his next meal, or where he's going to sleep tonight, or anything like that. He's so enthused or enmeshed, embodied, just encased with love and light and connection to the divine, that, you know, he really can't think about much else, right? So there's that strong meditative energy. But really, the Knight of Discs, in addition, is a slow and steady wins the race energy. You plant your seeds, you stay grounded, you trust your seed goes under the ground, spirit brings the rain and the sunlight, and it co-creates with you. It does its part in divine timing. And then the harvest comes in divine timing, right? So that Four of Pentacles, that energy of securing your future and becoming more conservative with your investments for some of you, choosing with the Seven of Cups the safer route is easier for you, because you're not in a big old hurry, right? You're not in a hurry anymore, I want to say, for some of you. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is like real fiery energy, and you're holding the lightning in your hand, which is also saying, I have the power of spirit within me. Like, I am power. I am power, right? I ride the lightning. The lightning doesn't ride, no, I am the lightning anyways. But, you know, the Knight of Wands also, you know, there could be a part of you that wishes things went faster. You know, there could be a part of you, like this tiger here, who wants to pounce on its prey, right? But there's too much clarity. You can see above the clouds now. You can see the truth now, right? And you know that it's not time, it's not the way, it's not the thing, you know, because ultimately the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Swords, right? Both at the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Swords is truth, clarity. So you see clearly now that you are the energy, you are the lightning. All right. Let's get more clarifiers for beautiful Leo. Thank you, Spirit. Two more. Wow. I love this. I love this for you, beautiful Leo. I love it. Because I like manifesting. And these are some powerful manifestation cards here. All right, so Four of Cups with Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is momentum. It is making, it is accelerating your timeline, right? The wands are in play and there's no stopping them now. So you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to do anything at this point. Things are going to unfold quickly with the Eight of Wands, right? The more you do, you could potentially push it away. With this card here, like all of these cards are together here, this guy he wants his prey. He's walking through the surf, right? But you have to remember, if there's something on the surface of the water that you want and you're in the water, moving toward it is just going to push it away from you. What you do is you use your hand like this and you pull it towards you. You pull the surface of the water towards you, create a little wake, and it just brings it to you, right? So that's what I'm feeling here with this, like staying centered, being meditative, staying connected to spirit and your higher self, right? And the Eight of Wands. That's how you create momentum, and that's how you make things happen. Okay. And then the Chariot is clarified with the King of Swords. That is also that I am clear energy, like the Queen of Swords, but the Kings are masters, right? And the Swords is your mind, your intellect, and your focus, and your communication. So this is like mastermind energy, master of your mind, master of your thoughts, mastering your focus, creating prolific content, having your content be seen, having it go viral, being a great teacher too. For a lot of you, this is being an authority, like super authority energy, right? People are going to see you as an authority because of that Chariot, right? The Chariot is like, now I know to focus, right? That's the energy of the Chariot, is focus. And where focus goes, energy flows, right? And if you keep your eyes on the prize and keep your mind focused only on what it is that you want, right? King of Swords, then it's inevitable. That's how it manifests. And you have the Nine of Cups in that row, right? Manifestation, wish fulfillment. But don't forget that you're the manifestor. You have to really stay focused, right? And then remember, I told you that you're being tempered, you're being strengthened. Well, the Strength card is clarifying the Death card. So you are so much stronger, Leo. You're a stronger Leo, you know? That's really all I have to say about that. But it's inner strength, right? It's who you are on the inside that's becoming stronger. You know, you don't need to fight. There's no need to fly. You know, all fight, flight, feed, all those things, right? There's no need for that anymore because Leo's presence, like that's what I want to say. Leo's presence is enough to tame the beast. Leo's presence is enough to, and that's interesting. You have two cards here of taming the beast too, you know? Really, you could say the Chariot is a card of that as well, right? So this is an additional message that I hope that you take away from this, is like those lower impulses, the dark horse, the tiger that's hungry, all that stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that, because that's going to lead you off the path of your higher timeline. Okay? You're being called to a higher timeline, which requires higher action. You know, it requires this energy. So if you take nothing else away from it, from this whole reading, that's what I would say. And then you have King of Pentacles, the master of manifestation, clarifying the Seven of Cups, making your choice, and the Hermit, wisdom, right? So obviously what you choose with the Seven of Cups is going to bring you a great harvest. But know, too, that the King of Pentacles is slow growth, right? Real growth is slow growth. When you're planting seeds, when you're doing Knight of Pentacles work, you're not just planting a seed, you're planting a forest of seeds. And it takes a long time for an oak tree, which is strong, right, to grow, much less a forest of oak trees. So, you know, you're doing a higher work now. You're doing like your magnum opus, your great work now. You're working on something much more meaningful than what you worked on before. So, and what you worked on before, even though it had less meaning, it was harder work. You know, the hard work for you now, I think, is going to just keep your center and to be patient. You know, that's truly the message of the Temperance card too. Be patient, and the King of Pentacles, be patient, right? So yeah, your choice Remember when I said, when given the choice, choose the conservative investments, right? Well, that's what this is as well. Given the choice, choose the slow growing option. You know, that's the wisdom that you're getting there. And then with the Four of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is being an entrepreneur, or being self-reliant, self-sufficient, you know, growing your own garden, creating your own future. And it's also aloneness. Like there is a sense of aloneness, right? And you have the Hermit here, which is also that sense of aloneness, right? It's doing your own thing in your own time, your own way. And really, this is the Nine of the major arcana. The Hermit is. So the Nine of Pentacles is the Hermit of the earth element, right? They're both nines. So maturity brings aloneness. It's lonely at the top. You know, it's lonely at the top of the mountain where you're shining your light for others to find their way, showing others the way. You know, you can't be down with everyone else if you're up showing everyone the way. And that's what I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles here. Whatever this self-reliant, self-sufficiency energy is, it's to bless the world. You know, I mean, this whole seek peace message that we're getting here is definitely co-creating with Spirit. Spirit wants this for the world. And you have the Lover's card at the bottom of the deck, which I'm not seeing this at all as a relationship reading. The Lover's card, though, is a crossroad. You know, you are at a crossroad where you can make a choice, you know. And again, you have the Seven of Cups here where you're making a choice, right? Choose what's beneficial to you. And for a lot of you, that's not what everybody else wants for you. You know, the secret of the Lover's card is choose what's best for you and you alone, in spite of the messaging that you're getting from outside. You know, this is Adam and Eve about to choose which fruit, which tree to eat from, right? People wouldn't have wanted them to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But that's what they chose for themselves, right? And that's the secret of the Lover's card. You're at a crossroads. And hey, guess what? The other secret, you see that angel at the top of the card? You're blessed whatever your choice is. You know, you are loved, loving, and lovable, and Spirit wants you to be happy. Happiness is your birthright. And that's the message. So, all right. What else do we have for beautiful Leo for November? 2 more. Thank you. Love it. All right. You have Wild Rose Fairy, love. Again, Spirit loves you, right? Choose love, be love, embody love. Love is here for you, right? Owl Spirit, wisdom. And that's, again, like the Queen of Swords and the Hermit, seeing things from a higher perspective. Maturity, you know, you have wisdom. Use it. And Storm Spirit, chaos. So no matter what's going on all around you, and I definitely got that energy with these cards, right? Doesn't matter what's going on all around you. Because sometimes chaos is required in order to help our forest grow, right? Doesn't matter what's going on all around you as long as you are aligned with Spirit and with your higher self, all right? What else do we have for beautiful Leo for November? Thank you, Spirit. B, community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the Queen of Abundance. I love this. This is the Queen of Abundance also, right? So this is like, and this is the King of Abundance. So there's abundance coming in, but also community. Like, I would say, when it says be open to receiving sweetness, be open to support from others, you know, don't hesitate to delegate if that's going to help you in some way. You know, find peace in community, find peace in others. And if you're not getting peace in relationship or community or others, then step away from that for a time so that you can have your peace, right? So I love this for you, beautiful Leo. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. And I'll see you next time. Peace.